Friday Fun Live. We've got a lot of fun stuff to show you today. Lots of cottony, summery things. I was wanting to share with you some of the sound outside, but we have the 17-year cicada in our area where we live. And if you sit under a tree very long, let me go ahead and mute this. Um, something really strange happens. You might have these carcasses from, these shells that I showed you last week kind of fall on you. Can kind of be a little creepy if you're not aware. But it is still quite an amazing thing. And just to let you know, for my subscribers on the watch.bonniebaycrochet.com, it's a subscriber-based channel. I did post a behind the scenes video just so that you can hear this amazing sound. And there are a lot of beautiful bird sounds on that too. So if you get a chance and you've never heard of such a thing or seen it, check it out. Again, that's just for the subscribers on my watch channel. If you're interested in checking out the watch channel, there is a link in the video description below. It's $6.95 a month, I believe. It's cheaper if you get it for the year, but you have access to my best content plus some exclusive content that's not on this channel. There are some free patterns available when I release new things that I own the rights, the copyrights to. You get that pattern complimentary when you're a part of this site. And again, no commercials, no spam, none of that other stuff you have to try to avoid, no pop-ups and all that stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, great. But anyway, I didn't mean to launch into that so much, but the cicadas is what did it for me. I wanted to take the camera outside and let you listen, but there's somebody down the street with the buzzsaw going, so it really wouldn't be as effective as I had kind of hoped. Well, let me see what I can do today. I just want to go ahead and start by saying hi to some of you all waiting so patiently. Hey, Alana, she says a little rain, but the birds are singing here in Middle Tennessee. So that sounds wonderful. Yeah, like I said, the cicada are going at it right now, but it's starting to quiet down a bit because we're getting ready to get some storms through. So that'll change that. They don't like the rain. And let's see, we have Kelly Hart in the chat. She says she's doing the Aran Hart throw on the fourth part of the blanket. Is it supposed to shrink a little? Not really, Kelly. You might want to check to see if you're using the correct hook. When you go to the popcorn section of that blanket, you do need to upsize your hook because that will tend to pull in if you don't. So maybe that's something you need to look at. But if you want to send me pictures, and this goes for anybody, you can just always send me pictures to bonniebay@me.com if you want me to just try to help you sort something out. Just keep in mind that I don't do that on the weekends. On Saturday, after 5 o'clock on Friday, I kind of prioritize my family for the duration of the weekend. And I know you understand that. The internet world does not take a break, but I do. So if you don't mind waiting even a couple days for me to get back to you, I'll be, I have no problem helping people as much as I can right now. Okay, we have Dolores Craig in the chat. She said, top of the morning to you from a cold and wet Ireland. Wow. Weatherman says we will. Okay, so he will give you good weather this weekend. I hope he's right. Even though he's not really in charge, but we all know that, right? But yeah, that's great to hear from somebody from your beautiful country of Ireland, Dolores. I want to go back so much. And we have, is it Moogles? That's a cool name. Just hi everyone, good evening here from South Africa. Looking forward to the live. I've recently finished my very first cable blanket and I'm so happy with the end results. Yay, Moogles, that makes me very happy. I love it when these things work. As I know they're challenging, they're usually intermediate and above level, and I know some people do struggle with them, and I feel bad for that. But when you learn, this is one thing that I hear from people oftentimes. They don't want to make a mistake. And I'm like, why not? That's how we all learn. That's how we learn even big things in life, like learning how to drive. Oh, just hopefully keep everyone stays safe. But, we make mistakes in everything that we do. And I've parented 5 children. I have made probably more mistakes than I should be allowed to have made with my parenting alone. But that aside, I mean, that's how we learn, that's how we grow. So it's okay if you make a mistake in crochet, just rip it out a little bit and try again and again and again. And anyway, the joy, my hope for you all when you learn these new things, and yeah, I even get a little frustrated sometimes, is that eventually there's going to be a joy in the journey. Don't just, instead of just being in a hurry to get it to completion, although it's great to get a like an Afghan or a throw completed, but enjoy the process. I'm trying to encourage my children, my adult children, who are anxious to move on to the next season of life, ready to, maybe it's to get married or to have that family or to be financially in a better position. You know what I'm saying? But all of life is just a season after season. But, by all means, and I'm getting philosophical here, but, in regards to even something as simple as a scarf, enjoy the journey, enjoy each row. That's what I try to do. And I'm going to show you some yarns in just a minute that I've really, really enjoyed the journey on because the colors were just so vibrant. I'm working with one now that I can't show you yet because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's another summer top. And as you can tell, like the summer top behind me, I've been using a lot of color, and it has really been a fun journey for each and every one of these things. Well, anyway, let me keep on going because I want to try to really focus on you all as much as I can today. Um, Oh yeah, we have Gloria. Hey Gloria, thank you for joining us. And oh, thank you for your blessing, Gloria. That's so sweet of you. And Love to Craft from sunny California. Hello to you. And Lauren, she says happy to be joining today. Oh yay, Hannah made it. Hi Hannah. Hannah wasn't sure. She's our administrator, moderator, drive grandma to the doctor's appointments almighty person. And she wasn't sure if she'd be able to make it. And my son is really busy studying for his pilot's test. And let me thank you all again for praying for him last week. Many of you were very gracious with that. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. My husband and I were able to be at the airport when he landed after his trip. He flew to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, to the small regional airport there, and back, and safely, no incidents. He was gonna originally fly also to Frederick, Maryland, and then back over, but since President Biden was vacationing not too far from us at Camp David, I think his instructor was a little nervous about him encroaching on the danger zones, where if you get too close to these certain areas, you get escorted by a couple of jets by the US military. He didn't really want to go into that before he got his license, so you can understand. So he's at least made his very first cross country solo and has still some more work to do. There's a lot of work to do, but he is actually studying on that right now so he can try to finish that up so he can take me for a ride. And when he does, I promise to take you with me because I'm going to take my camera and we're going to have fun with that one. So stay tuned. That's a future thing I hope to do. Excuse me. We have Corinne in the chat. She's from upstate New York. Hey, Corinne, thank you for joining us. And let's see. Wow, so Muggles has a little boy nearly a month old. Well, God bless you, Muggles. That's amazing. Enjoy every minute of that because they change and grow so fast. And then Lauren has a 3-year-old, it looks like. Wow, she said it was just 3 minutes ago. She said 5 minutes ago that mine was that small. Isn't that true? And wait till you teach them how to drive. You're not going to believe how soon that comes. How soon that comes. And thank you for your comment, Alana. And Mugel says she made him the cables blanket and he looks so cute in it. Oh, please send me a picture if you can. Although if you don't want to, I understand. Keeping your babies off of social media, I totally get that. Mugel said I probably would hold mine back, but I would love to see a picture, even if it's not to be shared. And Terry Redmond's in the chat. So good morning to you, Bonnie, Hannah, Esther. Oh, yes. Hi, Esther. I forgot to greet you. I'm so sorry. Esther is also one of our moderators. Thank you so much for being there for us, Esther. You were covering the bases before Hannah came on today. And she said, Terry says, pray everyone is doing well. South Dakota weather is nice today. Good for you. I am so glad to hear that. Oh, we have Kathy from South Carolina. Hey, Kathy. Hannah's down there in South Carolina with you. And we have, let's see. Oh, it's Corinne's first live today. Well, welcome, Corinne. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm glad I could call you out. I don't always get to everybody in the chat, as you all know, but anyway, we have Archer and Ace. Hey, how's it going? I'm glad that you're there for us. He says cool and rainy in Cleveland. And Jackie is in the chat. And we just got a bunch new. Okay, hold on. My thing was very, very slow to load. Give me a second here, guys. Oh, yeah, I see a lot of familiar names. I'm scrolling. Oh, we have Swati. Hey, Swati. Hope you're doing well. We have Donna Curtis. She says good morning. And and Gloria, she says a big hello from Northern California, and I'll wave back at you there. And we have Tracy Fowler from Northern California. She says we're where we are supposed to hit 108 by Monday. What the heck? I never thought I would rather be in Arizona in June. Well, Tracy, you can come on over here. We're not getting in the hundreds anytime soon. So it's a little fur piece, though, from where you are in Northern California. It takes about 4 or 5 hours, depending on the headwinds or the tailwinds there. We have, let's see. And Tracy's talking to Gloria there in the chat about, are you ready for this heat wave? Wow. And let's see, I'm just going to scroll through some of these. Oh, we have Deborah from Florida. Hey, Deborah. And I saw that Johnny's in the chat. He's also from Florida, my home state. Can't wait to go back. Let's see. Oh, we have Brat's mom in the chat. She said, good morning, Bonnie and Yarnies from a cloudy and cool Southwest Chicago suburbs. Hey, thank you for joining us, Brat's mom. Give that kitty a pat on the head for us, okay? I miss my kids' cats. Their cats are in Georgia. I don't get to see them very often, but when I do, I like to smother them with love. We have Deborah. She says crochet sweater patterns using hexagon, but not granny squares. Is there such a thing? Ugh, I don't know, Deborah, but I don't know that I would want to write that pattern personally. Those things can be tricky. I've never made one, so I don't think I'm going to either, but I wish you the best if you can find something like that. We have Ms. Condor in the chat. Oh, is that right? Is that Stephanie in the chat from Crochet O'Clock? Hey, Stephanie. So good to have you, my friend. I'm going to talk about your yarn. Actually, let's go ahead and talk about that since I saw her in the chat. That's going to trigger something that was already on my written list. Where did my written list go? Oh, it's hiding behind my computer. Let's talk a little bit about some summer crochet. This is a project I did last year. I'm going to go ahead and bring it and show it to you. I love doing this one because I love color. I think the older I've gotten, the more I just love color. And if you saw the way I painted my house, and this has been 17 years, 18 years ago, I guess, when we moved in here. And I did not do the make everything neutral rule. I'm like, no way. So I have red in the bedroom. I have blue in the kitchen. It's not just a light blue. It's a blue. It's called Waterworks blue. We made our living room very warm. I did sponge paint it. I know that's old fashioned, but it still looks great. Kind of a peach, yellow, orange, and brown. I mean, it sounds really strange, but it's such a relaxing color. I love color. That's all I got to say. I love, love, love color. And so this was made out of, I believe this was the 100% cotton, the eco cotton that is available through Good Loops. Of course, you can use whatever you want. You're not going to get the same drape that this has, but there is a YouTube video, complete video tutorial. There's a pattern on this. This is, again, from last year. And better than that, there are kits. You can get complete kits. And each of these squares is made up with a little bonbon, which is like about, I don't know, 30, 33, I forget the exact number of yards, just a little sampler. And you can get a bag from them of all the colors that they sell in this particular yarn. And that's basically what this features. I didn't use all the colors. Occasionally, you might not have enough to finish a square. And that just happened to me once or twice, but I still had plenty of extras in the bag to make this project. And I put it all together with their vanilla color. So if that's something you want to do, check out the link below at Good Loops, or if you just want to check out the pattern, that's in my Lovecraft store. But the complete video tutorial is on my YouTube channel right here. So you don't have to go far. I'll put that right back there. Okay. You don't have to go far to look for new designs, because oftentimes when I release a lot of these, and sometimes they just don't do that well, people just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't hit the sweet spot that week, and then it'll stay buried in my library, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll start doing stuff, it'll start growing, which, I love it when that happens. But I just wanted to try to draw your attention to some more, and that's what we're mostly going to talk about today. So that is one of them. It's called Bonnie's Bon Bon Blanket. Here's another one. This is actually not on my YouTube channel that I'm aware of, but it is on my Watch channel. So if you're a Watch subscriber, all the videos in the Cable Crochet Made Ready are on that site, or most of them, 95% of them. The ones that are important, the ones that are the most popular are definitely, there's maybe one or two that aren't there yet, but that will be at some point. But the big ones, the ones that everybody likes, are up on the Watch channel. They're not on the YouTube channel. They're only on the Watch channel. But if you buy the pattern, you get an unlisted link that you can use to the design, if that makes sense. I know I'm talking maybe gibberish to some people, but this is called the Aero Asymmetrical Scarf. And let's see if I had another one. Yeah, I do. Okay, here's another one. This is the same design, but in a wool. This is in a wool yarn. So you can make these as big or as small as you want. You can make them like I did for a scarf size, or you can just keep going in the pattern in the easy repeat and make it into an asymmetrical shawl. But this is really nice for the winter. Put that back there. Sorry to show you my back. And this is made out of 100% cotton. Actually, maybe it's a 50-50 blend. Do I have the yarn? Hold on a second. I see the yarn. Okay. This is the yarn I used for the cotton version for the summertime. It's Cotton Fair. This is obviously a solid color, but they did have like variegated colors in the balls. At your local Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, whatever stores are still in operation that haven't been shut down yet. So I know it's kind of scary. So that's what I used for this. And there is a link in the video description below for all the other stuff that I'm going to show you. It's a playlist of many, many, many different scarves. But let me go ahead and just check the chat here and make sure that Hannah, let me see. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that that things are okay, that Hannah isn't sending me any special questions. Okay. Oh, we have Deborah in the chat, and let's see. We have a couple Deborahs. Deborah K, Deborah W. She says, good day from Virginia. Just got notice you're on. Well, I'm glad you joined us, Deborah. And we have April Hume this morning in the chat. Say hey, April. And Sarah from Texas, and Tracy from South Wales, UK. Oh, thank you for that sweet comment, Tracy. Thanks for joining us from so far away. And we have Ms. Vivian she says hello to Ireland from California Mountains. I thought you were from Ireland for a minute. I had to read the whole quote. So she says, hello to Ireland from the California mountains. Isn't that cool that we can just talk to each other, sort of? Oh, we have Lynn in the chat. She's such an encouraging sister in the Lord. Hey, Lynn, thank you so much. Your sunshine always comes through. And we have Crochet, Canada. I love it. Good morning from, I guess, British Columbia, Canada. Well, welcome to the chat, neighbor. And Johnny's greeting Esther up in New Jersey. Yeah, thank you for helping her on that hexagon pattern, Esther. I am clueless on some of this. There's so much out there now. We have Beverly from North Carolina. She says a little muggy and overcast there. And we have Regine from France, near Paris. Oh, I'd love to go visit you. I hope you're doing well there in Paris. I just treasure some of the memories that I have with my family there. Um, and let's see. I'm just going to skip over some of the chat since you guys know each other so well. Oh yeah, thank you, Stephanie. She says, yeah, don't forget to give that video a thumbs up. I always forget these little admin things. Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, obviously, please hit that subscribe button. I've got some really fun things coming on Monday. And let me go ahead and cut to that and show you what is coming. Last week, I showed you a picture of the beginnings of this. I mean, it was so easy to finish. It's done. This is 100% cotton backpack. You just close it like that. Let me show you how easily it opens. Uh, the cords are made with just that paracord you can get at your local craft store, and then easily slip it over your back, just like that, and you're ready to go. You can go shopping. You can touch all the yarn in a yarn store, and you don't have to have a purse over your shoulder or whatever. And I'd like to think that these are a lot more secure than a purse or something that could be easily pickpocketed. So and also, because of the tightness of the weave, you really don't even have to line this. You can, if you're handy with the sewing machine, you can make a lining with the pockets and everything. And I have done that, even though I'm not I am not a great seamstress, but I get by, if you know what I mean. Thankfully, it's inside, so nobody has to see my seam work. But you can make something easily. And then what I do, if I make something like that, I just attach it below these loops. Just take a little, just round and round and around. I guess you call that a whip stitch, and just secure it to the inside of the bag. And you can just do a coarse measuring, just kind of plop this thing down on your maybe your cloth. Usually I use cotton or muslin or something like that to muslin. Is that right? I don't want to mispronounce anything here. And just kind of just cut it out and just do a quick couple seams. And it doesn't have to be real fancy, fold your seams down and all. But anyway, so this is coming on Monday, complete video tutorial to both the watch channel and to the YouTube channel. Of course, the watch channel won't have any commercials, but anyway, and that pattern is right here. It's in the bags and backpacks. This is the only way to get the pattern is through the purchase of a book. I have some of them, a limited number, in my Etsy store. And I do sign everything before it goes out. If you don't want me to sign things, you have to tell me, don't sign it, but I just automatically sign it to you. If you want it for a special friend, you can just say, sign it to Barbara or sign it to Tracy or whomever. And I'm happy to do whatever you would like. Now through the end of the month, and today is the 28th. So let's say, just 2 or 3 more days. I'm making an offer where if you spend $40 in my Etsy store, I know that's a lot. It's 2 books, but anyway, if you spend $40 or more, you get this for free in the order. But this is the way I'm doing this. If you want that offer, do not put this in your cart, okay? I was fine to offer a refund to someone who did that because I didn't really make myself clear last week. If you want this special offer, this is not written down in my Etsy store. This is just for you guys for watching Friday Fun Live and for being faithful followers. What you do is if you want to order $40, again, I know that's a lot, but if you order $40 from my Etsy store, and some of the books have free shipping, not all, but the big ones do. The Contemporary Celtic Crochet, Celtic Cable Crochet, both ship with no extra shipping charges. Some of the other books, I do have to charge some because I have to buy the stamps and the envelopes. It's just the way things are. I'm not Amazon. So, but anyway, what you do is if you order your $40 or whatever, and then, or more, and then in the comment section, just say, I'm a Friday Fun follower, or just say, please give me that free bags and backpack books with my order. Okay, that's all you have to do. If you don't want to spend $40, I think I'm offering these for $5.99 plus $2 shipping. Again, the $2, that's legit. That's what it cost me to put it in the mail to you. So, if you want to check those out by me, you can. You could probably get them even cheaper if you're a Prime member with Amazon. And Leisure Arts has these. You can order them directly from Leisure Arts. And sometimes they have specials that are actually lower than everybody else. So definitely, you know, check them out. There are other technology covers, and there's a really nice messenger bag here with the Celtic weave that I really enjoyed making. And there is a video for this bag. It's not a complete video tutorial, but I do have a special video with how to work with beads when doing broomstick. I know it's like swimming with sharks in the ocean, right? But it's really not that bad. But I do show you how to do that. And there are a lot of great pictures. Let me show you some that Leisure Arts included for how to work. Let me see if I can find it. Da da da. It's a pretty thick little book considering. See, they even have some pretty decent pictures here and showing you how to work the broomstick. I know that looks really, really complicated, but if you take it step by step, it's not that bad, but it's definitely an intermediate and above pattern. All right, so that's that. I'm burning through my list here today, which is fantastic. I did that, and that. Okay, I did all that. Okay, well, you're doing well. Let me see. I don't have any questions from Hannah. That's good. Well, that's means I can keep up maybe. And oh, thank you, April. April wants to know, how is my back doing? Thank you for asking that question. When I didn't even have to think about it, that means it's doing really well. It's much, much better. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your prayers. I think just my lifestyle right now with so much computer editing and a lot of sedentary kind of stuff. I just need to get up and move more and probably not overdo it outside. But thank you for asking about my back. I so appreciate that. See, the problem is I love what I do so much that I don't want to stop. So I really do need to get up and, you know, move around more. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So I just need to just do it, you know. But yeah, maybe you should pray on that. I get ambition to get out and do more exercise, because I really just love what I do, and just feel really blessed to do it. But thank you, thank you, thank you, thank God that the back is better. Oh, we have Helga. Hey, Helga, thank you for joining us today. And let's see, we have, is it Carcy A. King? Oh, she says, amen, sister. Mistakes are unavoidable. That's how we grow. Yes, going back to our conversation about making mistakes. Absolutely, Carcy. Thank you for that encouragement. That's really kind of you. We have Kathy Vasquez in our chat. And she says, I'm having trouble with back post cable stitches, but I am practicing. I will get it. Yep. Yep. Remember that 10,000 hour rule, if you've ever heard of it, although I don't think it's going to take you 10,000 hours on just back post stitches, but yeah, they say if you do anything for 10,000 hours, which equals somewhere around 8 years, 40 hours a week, you get pretty good at it. But I promise you won't have to do 10,000 hours to get good at some of this stuff. You're going to have to spend some time, but thankfully not 10,000 hours, at least not right away. Okay, Johnny says last week work kept him from joining. Yeah, Hannah was out too last week, Johnny. My son Hudson was subbing for us, and he did a great job. But thanks. I'm glad you're there. Hope things are going well down in that beautiful part of the country in Florida. And Tracy Heyman says she just completed the Diamond and Aero Afghan. The Diamond. Okay, I got 5 more to make. I also have done the heart throw here from South Wales, UK. Wow, you're busy. That's a lot of Afghans. I hope you're enjoying that one. That is so much fun. I enjoyed designing those. Oh, thank you, Beverly. Beverly says she loves the top on the mannequin behind me. That is that is on the channel. If you're looking for, I think I call this Bonnie's Easy Summer Top or something like that. But you'll see this beautiful picture of a lady who is my mother-in-law wearing it on the little thumbnail picture on that video. So give it a look. I'll promise you it's easy. It's easy. If you can do, I think did I start out? Yeah, I did start out with a little bit of ribbing. I just like to use ribbing at the bottom. I think it looks nicer. But that and the wattle stitch, and that's basically it. That's it. And a little bit of slip stitch around the neckline, which you can even skip if you don't want to do that. So it's easy. You can measure it to fit yourself, no matter how big or small. Um, the Lord God made us all, right? I don't know why I just thought of that, but anyway. Um, it says, Kelly says, can I send a video of it? And how is, okay, video. Yeah, yeah, you definitely can, Kelly. If you can, try that. Sometimes, these networks get a little persnickety, but I would definitely give it a try. Um, so Swati and Johnny are saying they don't have much time to pick up a hook because of their work. Oh, I hope that does slow down for you a little bit, for both of you. We have Deborah Kelman. Hey, Deborah. And we have Yvonne from New Mexico. I hope you're doing well, Yvonne. Thanks for joining us. And we have Denise Graham. She says, how lovely to hear you talk like that. So, okay. Oh, thank you so much, Denise from the UK. Very, very kind comments. I just figure everybody needs some kind of encouragement, right? I know I do. We have Holly for Kid from Jefferson, Georgia. I think I may even know where that is. Um, and Johnny says, nothing stops me from picking up a hook. Uh, yeah, I take them wherever I can. I steal minutes here and there, like yesterday we drove up to the next county up so that we could go out and grab a bite to eat, kind of celebrate the end of the week for my son. He's on a crazy 4-day work week, but he works like 10-hour days, has to be at his job at 6:30 in the morning and doesn't get home till close to 6 o'clock at night. So I mean, but he gets Friday off. But of course, Friday he's like tuckered out. So Thursday is really kind of like his Friday. So we like to go out with him. We have Diane from Iowa. Wow, that is so cool. And Leanne says, hi everyone. Wow, it is actually snowing big wet flakes outside my window in the west end of Toronto right now. Good to crochet today. Whoa. But you are pretty far north up there, Leanne. Wow. Toronto's a great place. I'd like to see more of it. I've only seen the tarmac. Coming back with Hannah and my husband from a mission trip to Seoul, Korea. So I would like to have seen more of Toronto, but what we flew over looked great. Um, Let me go back down here. I just got a bunch of messages. I don't know that I'm going to get to everybody today, but I so appreciate you putting your messages up there. Hannah just sent me a question. I'm not jumping the line, I promise, on anybody. My moderator sends me specific questions that people may have that you may like to hear the answer to. Christy Hollowell would like to know, what do you do when you need a break from crochet? Good question. And I understand that feeling too, because I do this a lot, and the last thing I want to do is get burned out on the thing that I love to do. And if you get burned out on it, or just get tired of it, put it down, put it away, go do something outside, go for a drive. Um, Sometimes I will actually switch to knitting. I will pick up, work on some other projects with knitting. But I would just say do something else, because you don't want to get tired of the things that you love. Yeah, just take a break, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know watching people online, you'd think that they eat, breathe, and this is the most important thing in life to them. Well, I will say right up front, this is not the most important thing in my life. I mean, my family and certainly my God come first. I mean, God, family, and all that, and they are definitely my priority. Crochet does fill in a lot of the gaps. It's like you put you've ever seen that analogy where if you have a jar and you've got these big rocks you put in it, and then you put it little pebbles and then fill in the rest with sand, so there's no room for anything. But if you take everything out and you put the sand in first, there's not room for the big rocks. Have you ever heard of that? But anyway, so my big rocks are in the jar before the crochet comes in. But I do love and enjoy crochet, but I think within perspective. So that would be another thing. It's just take a break from social media. I know I'm on social media right now. Don't take a break yet, but you know what I'm saying. Just take a break from social media. Sometimes that can bring undue pressure that we just don't need in our lives. So turn turn the idea generator off for a while and just get outside. That's what I would say if you can. If it's not snowing like it is in Toronto right now, even if it is snowing, go outside and build a snowman, just do something different. Um, yeah. See if there's somebody maybe in your church or in your community that needs a visitor, somebody elderly who's shut in, give them a visit. Um, yeah. Let's see. Ooh, let's see. And we have Lauren, see Kimberly from Seattle, Washington. She says, Happy Friday, Miss Bonnie. Thank you, Kimberly. I hope you're doing well out there in Seattle. And we have Roberta. Um, and Kelly says she's been using the hooks that I said to use. I hope you're enjoying them, Kelly. If they're not blessing you, by all means, try something else. But I hope you enjoy those hooks. And let me see let me just, for those of you who may be new, this is not a paid endorsement in any way, shape, or form. This company does not pay me to say this. I just want to say that up front. But I've been crocheting for more than 50 years. And this is my favorite hook. They are by Susan Bates. I don't know if it's going to focus on that, but this is Susan Bates, and they're called Susan Bates Soft. Although this this is definitely not a squishy, soft handle, but it's big enough to where my hand curls around it quite comfortably, but it leaves room for the flat spot for my thumb. That keeps the head of the hook from turning the wrong way, and I can fly with these things. I mean, not literally, but figuratively, as far as crochet goes, I can fly with these. If I use any other shaped hook, these are an inline shaped hook, and I still need to do a video on this so that I can get really geeky on it. But if I don't have the inline shaped hook, I'm toast. I have to concentrate on every twist and turn of the hook. If I'm using those tapered hooks, I can't do it. But again, this is like shoes too. It's like shoes. Some shoes bless people, some shoes just people can't wear. I know hooks are a very specific thing, but that's my 2 cents worth. But I really do hope if you are looking for a better hook, I would definitely try that. And one thing I love about these are under $3 each. You're not gonna have to spend 15, $20 for a silly hook. No more than $2, $3. And if you take your 50% off, 40% off coupon that a lot of these stores have, you can get it for half of that. You can probably $1.50. At least in the States where I live. You take your coupons, my friends, and they will honor them. And they honor them from other stores too, oftentimes, or at least Michael's used to. I used to work there, so I know these things. And we have Lorraine from Alabama, Robertsdale, Alabama. I have no idea where that is, but I'll have to look that up. Lorraine. I hope I'm saying that right. And we have Sandra from the UK. I cannot pronounce your name there. It starts with an O. Ouaguena. Wow, that's amazing. I am just going to say Sandra. Oh, hi. And thank you, Sandra Harper, for your kind comments. And Sharon from Texas. She says, first time joining the live. Sorry it took me so long to get to you, Sharon. And we have Gail from Alaska, Toxic Orchid, and Laura, Lorra, Laura. Okay, I have not seen that spelling before. And Tracy, thank you for your kind word. Tracy from South Wales, UK. Thank you for your sweet comment there. And Roberta says that they could use some rain and cooler breezes in North Carolina. Oh, I know that feeling. And Hannah says she has an unfinished puzzle next to her. It's so difficult not to go and work on it right now. Ah, well, thank you, Hannah, because we need your eyes for something else. And you know what? Thank you so much for serving me. You have Jacqueline from Los Angeles and Jackie from Colorado. Rosie from Malaysia. Hey, Rosie, thank you for being with us. And Denise, she says, this Aero asymmetrical scarf is like a potato chip. I see that I will not be able to crochet just one. Thank you for helping me. Oh, you're welcome, Denise. I wasn't sure where we were going with the potato chip thing, but we're good. Thank you so much. That's funny. Yeah, I've actually made quite a few of these in different yarns. And what's really fun about these easy repeat asymmetrical patterns is you can use any hook and that, you know, any yarn and the matching hook for that yarn. I've even made these out of lace, you know, very thin yarn. Of course, you have to do a lot more stitches, but you get a nice texture to it. Um, and you can do even mohair. Try mohair sometimes. Remember the blue? It's in the other room. I'm not going to be rude and jump up again, but um, the mohair is nice. And if you oversize your hook just a little bit on the mohair when you crochet with it, it just creates this like cotton candy effect. And it looks like it's a very thin scarf, but mohair is one of the warmest fibers that you can use. And even though that blue one that I was wearing last week was was very light and fluffy, didn't look like it would warm anything. It's very warm, and I was glad because I was freezing in my house last week. I think I had just had a cold drink, and I love drinking ice cold drinks. I have an ice machine now we got from Costco because the one in our refrigerator broke. I know this is not yarn information, but they had this beautiful ice maker, and the ice it makes is fantastic. It's just wonderful. Just has a different quality to it. Very soft ice, if I'm communicating well. And we got it from Costco. I think it was like $70. I know that's a lot of money, but we haven't had ice in our an ice maker in so long. And I just looked at my husband and said, "We're getting this thing," and we got it. And I have not been disappointed. So I can go in there and scoop up some freshly made ice, and I have buckets of it now in my freezer so that we're good on ice. And why was I even talking about that? Anyway, drinking lots of ice like that makes me cold. And then the mohair, um, even though it's light and fluffy looking, doesn't look like it would do anything. It's very warm. So for the winter months, if you're looking for something fun, you can take this summerish pattern, change up the yarn to a winter yarn, a warmer yarn, and you got a fall design. And you just change the color, change it to a fall color, and you're good. Well, let's go ahead and talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of these scarves that are already on my channel. I can't remember all the names specifically, but if you go to that list that's in the video description, or you just go to the playlist and look under summer crochet, you're going to see this top at the top of that playlist, or that's the thumbnail. But here's a scarf that is nice and fun. I actually used some knit crate material. I actually made this out of wool, but you know, it's nice. You can wear it whenever. It's definitely a long scarf. It's made to be, you know, doubled, or if you wanted to even triple it like a cowl, you can do that. And of course, you're at the helm when you're making these things. If you want to just make, you know, a one layer short scarf, you know, just pretend this isn't here, you know, just small scarf, you can do that. You know, make one, you know, kind of like, you know, just a smaller scarf. You can. Here's another one. This one I showed you, I think, last week. This is the Granny Square Ripple Scarf. And this is really nice to wear in the summertime. Let me go ahead and take this one off. And I'll show you the Aero in just a minute. This is fun. You can wear, you know, as a single, but I like to do this. I like to, you know, especially if you're not keen on the collar or something you're wearing, you know, just double it and just wrap it around. And I, again, use the bamboo yarn. I mean, you can use cotton or whatever, but the Good Loops yarn, it's over in my box way over there, but the Good Loops yarn, this stuff is great, nice and slinky. It's definitely, when I say cotton, you know, check the yarn that I used in each of these if you go onto the videos. This kind of cotton is great for dishcloths, but I promise you, it will not be like this. If you do this design in this cotton, it's not going to be the same. Okay, this is also a DK weight, so it's a thinner cotton, and again, just very, 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 very drapey. Let me go ahead and show you the asymmetrical that I was wearing. Okay, you usually start on this end, and you go back and forth, back and forth. So as you go, it grows, and then eventually gets to be a bigger scarf. And if you want to just keep going on this end and it grows, it can, you know, easily be used, you know, as a shawl. And you can even put this over. And if you, you know, wanted to, you can even, you know, pin it in place. Actually, that feels kind of warm. So, I mean, that's something that you can do instead of wearing it as a scarf as well. So these asymmetrical things, I just love. I love, love, love doing these. Also on that page is another wraparound. And is this, okay, I don't remember the name of this, but you'll recognize it by the color. It's another one of these infinity scarves, you know, again, where you can double it, whatever you want to do. I used a variegated cotton yarn. I'm trying to think. I think it was Queensland was the brand. I mean, you could wrap it a few times. You can make them smaller. All the yarn information will be in the video of, you know, the videos of these scarves. So that's another cotton scarf. This is probably one of my favorites, and I've made many of these, and I've gotten 2 scarves out of each cake of yarn. I know you've seen this one before, and this is self-striping yarn. The yarn does all the work. I'm trying to think if may have been discontinued, but I know Red Heart makes the shawl yarn. It's not the Shawl and the Ball by Lion Brand. That's a little bit different, but it's a cotton yarn. It comes in a cake. It's already in a big cake. It has, I believe, over 800 yards of #2 cotton weight yarn. And again, the colorway that I have here, I made 2 scarves out of this, out of the ball that this came from. And this is, you know, fun. You could, you know, wrap it obviously in the front, and it is reversible. You know, you can wrap as a shawl, and it's really nice. You can stick it in your bag or stick it in your car in the summertime, because usually when maybe you might be kind of warm from being outside, then you go into a restaurant, or at least this is the way it was in Florida, and that's the way it is up here, but even more so in the warmer states, Florida, South Carolina. You go in to get a little bite to eat somewhere and you freeze, absolutely freeze, because it's, you know, 15, 20 degrees colder than outside. And so having a little something to put over the shoulders if you don't want to carry a jacket, it's kind of nice. You can maybe wear it as a scarf outside and pull it off and put it around your shoulders to keep from from freezing in the wintertime or in the summertime. It feels like winter indoors. Here is another one. Let me show you this. Let me have to show you the pattern. This is the crow's feet. We've done this before. The crow's feet, and it's a scarf. And I combined 2 of the Good Loops bamboo. It's a DK weight again. Fibers. I use 2 colors so that when you know, it's one of these wrap scarves. Okay, so that when you wrap it, you get just a lot of interesting pop of color. And the way you wrap it can, you know, you can make a small wrap, you know, at the front, and then have it long the rest of the way. There's just, you can do, you know, 3 different lengths. I'm not doing this very well. Here we go. You can do just a bunch of ways to wear scarves. You're only limited by your imagination. And Hannah is sending me some questions. Toxic Orchid would like to know if there's any way to incorporate the low front ridge with cable stitches, working a pattern up and down instead of side to side. You mean like if you have a shirt, like the shirt behind me, like going this way and working the stitch? I mean, you can, but they're going to be going in the opposite direction. If I'm not answering that question specifically, please email me, bonniebay@me.com, and we can talk further on that. And Hannah says, please pray for Diane Z. She's home from the hospital and she was able to catch the live show, and she's very happy to watch your broadcast. Oh, Diane, I am so glad that you're home. I'm so sorry that you've had to be hospitalized. Good grief. Definitely will be praying for you. I'm going to write that down right now, okay, because I don't trust my brain. Okay, I wrote it down, so I'll at least try to remember tomorrow to pray for you, pray for healing. Thank you guys. And if those of you who are prayer warriors out there, please pray for Diane. The prayer of a righteous person availeth much, I think is what the verse says. I can't remember the reference, but I do remember that it's in there. I may not tell you exactly where it is, but it's in the book. So I promise. Um, oh, it looks like Johnny is going to New Jersey next Friday for some family time. Wow. Good for you, Johnny. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have good weather. I hope you have a good flight if you're flying too. Let's see. We have April. April says we're supposed to be in the 90s here in Spokane, Washington early next week. Thank goodness for central air. Ah, tell me about it. I grew up in South Florida. Okay, a little bit of wine time, I guess. I grew up in South Florida, and all my first 18 years of life were there, and we never had air conditioning. We did not have AC in our home, not even a ceiling fan. So, but you know what? We didn't really feel bad for ourselves because a lot of our friends didn't have it either. So, I mean, but yeah, but if I had to live like that now, that would be tough. I am thankful to the Lord that we have central air. It really, really does make a difference in how happy we can be. Lauren says, my pile of ends is slowly growing and my blanket slowly neatening. Why do I always do granny squares? Oh, you're hiding a lot of loose ends, huh, Lauren? Yes, granny squares are beautiful. But yeah, those loose ends can kill you. We have Amelia Rodriguez from the Bronx. Hey, it's good to see you in the chat. I drove through there the last time. Let's see, I came from New Hampshire from the CGOA conference. My daughter and I drove through the Bronx. It was so cool. Made a wrong turn and ended up, boom, right in front of Yankee Stadium. I have no idea how we got there, but my daughter was trying to navigate for me, and it's funny, calling out things left and right, and I'm like, do I turn here? Do I turn here? And she's like, no, no. And as soon as we drive by the exit, she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're supposed to turn back there. And I'm like, okay, we'll turn to the next one. And then we ended up in front of, like I said, Yankee Stadium. And so thankfully we had our Siri working on our phone, and she did one of those recomputing and got us out safely. But yeah, it was beautiful because I didn't want to just drive. I wanted to be looking all around as I'm driving. And she's like, Mom, no, I'll tell you what we're looking at. So okay, whatever. But I loved going through there. I really did. Um, let's see. We have Roberta Garden Suffering. Oh, she says garden suffering right now. Yeah, I got to start doing something to my garden. I got to start getting flowers. Um, and let's see. I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. I'm just trying to find if there any questions. April says, I love Stephanie's recent new pattern. Got my yarn ordered to make that one. Yeah, you all take a look at Good Loops site sometime. They've got some really beautiful things up there. And check out It's Crochet O'Clock. She's my dear friend. You'll love her. She's great. Great gal. And see, Jackie says it's chilly today, but it's been in the high 70s. Woo. I'll take the 70s. And okay, something happened with Roberta Klein. Okay, talking about the garden. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss this, a very serious concern here. Let's see. Oh, we have Wanda, the backwards wrong side crocheter, our trucker friend in our chat. Hey, Wanda, thank you so much for being with us and for all that you do. Once again, you guys are so important in our world and get very little attention except during pandemics and things, but thank you for all that you do. Okay, Toxic Orchid at Lauren Jordan. Okay, we're doing well. Riley's going into the hospital Monday, and Tuesday she's having her surgery for, cochlear implants. I know what that is. Wow. Our pastors, one of our pastors' wives actually has those for her hearing. Otherwise, she would not be able to hear at all. Toxic Orchid, I hope that, let me just write that down. That's Riley. Cochlear implants. I hope that works. I really hope that works for her. Thank you, Pemra. She says, I like your taste very much. Hello from Turkey. Wow. That touches me that you guys are in the chat from so far away. I so want to visit your country. We were supposed to go in 2020. That was one of the stops on our Bible uh, tour mimicking Paul's missionary journeys, but it didn't happen, obviously. I'm hoping that that will still be on the docket in 2022. They've rescheduled it. I really hope to go there because there's so much wonderful, amazing history there, and I know that the from the fiber point of view, Turkey is the cat's meow for a lot of fantastic fiber artists and work. I just really want to just want to go shopping and meet the people, you know, in the marketplace. I love learning about the history and all, but just meeting the people on the street is by far the highlight. Mm. Oh, thank you, Alaskan bear bait. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you're not real bear bait, but uh, I'm glad that your mother liked the blanket. And speaking of which, my daughter Becky, you know, she has moderated the chat. Her and her husband Brian are actually flying to Alaska tomorrow. I think is it tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow, for a friend's wedding. So wow. So they weren't sure if they should go or not. And I'm like, listen, kid, you have a chance to you have a chance to travel to some place that none of us have ever been to. Take it, take it, take it. There'll never be enough money to do what you think you need. But if you get an opportunity like that, don't even think about it. Just do it. And I just say that to you all too. I mean, just do it. They can't repossess your memories, okay? They can repossess your car or your house, but they can never repossess your memories you make on those wonderful trips. Do it. Um, so that is a cool name. I'll have to tell Becky about that one. Alaskan bear bait. Um, and Regine says, yes, I have to finish the bonbon blanket. It is so much fun to do that one. And I like the way you all are caring for one another. And Stephanie, Crochet O'Clock, is mentioning the kits come in Eco Cotton and Eco Fusion, which is a blend of 50/50 cotton bamboo. And that's also very sweet yarn. So you actually have three choices. Okay, yeah, total all cotton or cotton bamboo. You can get it in both. Um, and if you want to get the yarn for the scarves that I showed you, they also have just all bamboo. So they have three different options there, and they're all delightful. And I don't think I mentioned it. It is made in South Africa, and it does give employment to a lot of wonderful people there in need. So, and it's done, I'm told, by Stephanie and by Jennifer, who is works very closely with them in South Africa. That it's also done in a very resourceful way. It's because I know a lot of times you may read articles about how bamboo, you know, just processing that into yarn can be harmful for the environment. Maybe in some cases, depending on how responsibly that is done because they're using chemicals and so forth. But I'm told that this particular place with nurturing fibers yarn is a very, you know, even kind of a environmentally conscious name, even if I dare even say that. But they're very careful to reuse a lot of things over and over again. So it's done in a very responsible way. So just wanted to let you know there, let you know that. Okay, and the name of Stephanie's shawl that she made is Amy's Embrace. That is a delightful name. My daughter Becky and Hannah's very dear friend who passed away at a way too young of an age. Her name was Amy. Oh, okay, can't go there. Anyway, oh, thank you, Kenneth. What a sweet comment. She says, hello, Bonnie. You have an awesome channel. And yes, a guy crocheter. Kenneth, you are welcome here. some of the best. Oh, I won't get into all of it, but a friend of mine's husband is an amazing crocheter. He's a guy, dad of three kids, three adopted kids. Was an army surgeon. Lifts weights, and he crochets. So I mean, there's no stereotypes here. I mean, not on my part, but I'm flattered. That's great. Some of the better designers in the business happen to be men as well. So, or I should say men are amongst them. Um, so yeah, it's not a woman centric craft at all. It's women dominated for sure. But you know, and if you don't mind, every now and then I pick up a wrench and might do something to a car. So I mean, hey, um, shock, shock. Um, and we have, is it Doritha, if I'm saying that right? Thanks for being there with us, and it is getting close to 1 o'clock. We have Gike from the Netherlands. Um, Kenneth, that's funny. She says sometimes I'm afraid to enter chat because I never see many guys. Thanks, anyone. Oh, these are good folks here, Kenneth. Nobody's, yeah, no, everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome here. We just ask that people be nice, and if they're not, Hannah will show them the door. That's all we ask. Uh, and thank you for being there, Hannah, because in the past we have had some bots and some evil penetrate, but I think talking all this yarn and stuff, I think we kind of bored them to tears and they just figured we're not worth their time anymore. Well, let me show you two more scarves before we go. This is actually the same pattern, but I'm going to show you in two different scarves. And this was yarn that I just found discontinued. It was one of these marked down, or no. I think this was maybe some that I was sent. I was maybe just sent some complimentary yarn just to try out, but I don't think this is available anymore. Um, and this is the Granny Square shawl. You can make this as big or as small as you'd like. And I think the original one I made much larger. Oop, I didn't even hide. I still have a loose end to hide. I'll put that on the back so you don't see it. And here's another one. Again, totally self-striping yarn. I think I had like one ball each of the self-striping stuff. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I thought, oh, well, that'll make a nice scarf. And so I have two really nice scarves. I do reserve these for more the fall time of the year, but you can switch this up into, the cotton, especially, the cotton that I was telling you about, or, even some of this cottony kind of stuff, and make that into a summer shawl that you just carry with you into those freezing environments in the summertime, where they probably need to not turn the AC down so low. So yeah. Thank you, Toxic Orchid, for making Kenneth feel welcome here. You all are so good. Yeah, and April and Geek, thank you so much. And Esther says, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann's are still open. I've been getting yarn from all three stores recently. Yay. I hope that stays the case, Esther. I know that, well, I won't say, but I know that I've heard rumblings that Michael's might be in some kind of trouble financially, but, I don't know. They just acquired my favorite, AC Moore, back last year sometime. So they may have had trouble absorbing all of that expense. I don't know, but they shut all the stores down near me. So, yeah, we'll just hope that, these industries can survive. All right, we have Cindy from Salt Lake City. Hey, Cindy, thanks for being with us. And Terry says, morning, visiting. We are visiting Kansas currently, but from Tennessee. Love your work and tutorials. Thank you, Terry. That is really sweet of you. And Tracy Heyman says, I made all the wraps you made. They turned out beautiful. Love everything you make. From South Wales, 3 miles away from hometown of Tom Jones. Wow, like the What's Up Pussycat Tom Jones? You guys probably don't know what I'm talking about. Well, that is pretty cool. Like the singer Tom Jones, that's pretty cool. You just never know. Well, thank you for those encouraging words, Tracy. That is really sweet. And Kelly wants to know what's the blanket called? I'm reading these late, so maybe you've already got your answer there, but it is Bonnie's Bon blanket. It's a lot of alliteration there. But if you go to my Lovecrafts hold on, let me try that again. If you go to my Lovecraft store where all the PDF patterns are, you can just see it. You'll see a picture of it on a blue rocking chair, and you'll recognize it. Lauren says, I've been purchasing yarn today, so I'm feeling very happy. I got to show you guys something. I don't know if I showed this to you No, I didn't. I didn't share this to you last week because I just got it Saturday. I wasn't going to do this, but let me show you what I'm going to be working with next. Okay, I'm wearing this pink top, right? I found pink. It's the same yarn that I used to make the cabled summer top that is coming. It's coming middle of June. I promise it will be there middle of June. I just finished writing it and sizing. It took me 3 days of writing this week to work on that. So these things do not come lickety split easy, just to let you know. But I'm making something with this yarn, and it's the same, and it's beautiful. And I found this. This is not going to go with it, although it could. This is some wool. I'm going to make a sweater for this winter with this. Okay, and I can't wait to look at it. This is just fantastic. My friend Lana pointed me in the direction of this yarn company called Earth Yarns, spelled Urthyarns. They're from Turkey, but it's called Unique Yarn. And the colorways are long and beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to working with that, getting towards the fall. But always got to stay busy, right? And I just couldn't resist it. It made me very happy to buy that. And I tell you the truth, just looking at it sitting on my table, it's just kind of like saying, work with me, work with me. And I actually bought some similar. It's a different colorway, but similar for a cotton top that's going to be coming sometime this summer, hopefully earlier in the summer, so you have a chance to make it and wear it. But it's one of those things. It was just calling my name, so I had to pick it up, wind it up, and just go ahead and start using it. I just couldn't wait. Well, I'm not going to get to. Oh, we have Violet from Southern Mississippi. I have to say hi to Violet, and Tracy from North Carolina. Um, oh wow, and she's saying that they have Dollar Tree has new interesting yarns and love their tweeds. Really, Dollar Tree, cool. I've gotten yarn at Dollar Tree too, some really nice yarn for $1 each, and that would have probably cost $10, $12 each when it was still, on the market. So yeah, go for it, guys, whatever you can find. Um, well, I'm gonna have to wind this down because we've gone on for a while here. But oh, wait a minute, Hannah sent me another question. Archer and Ace would like a prayer request for them to own a condo they're looking at. Okay, let me write that down. Okay, I will pray for that. I understand how hard it can be because I know it's a seller's market right now, from what I understand with real estate. And you want to buy a place. My daughter Becky and her husband would very much like to buy a place of their own and get out of renting as well. And I know that when my son and daughter-in-law bought a place, um, they bought it sight unseen. It came onto the market, but they knew the neighborhood, and they basically, as soon as it went live, within 10 minutes, they had a contract on it because things sell so fast, and it's just crazy right now. And it just turned out it was an excellent place for them to be, a beautiful place. I haven't seen it yet, but a nice small townhouse in Georgia, but golly gee whiz, I will pray for that, Archinace. Just that you will have favor, with your contract. I know how difficult that is. It's really crazy out there right now. Well, the other thing, there's only one other thing that I really needed to mention to you guys. I'm not going to get into a lot of details, but if you're interested in signing up for the CGOA classes, I'll be teaching 2 classes. One is the Aran Sampler Scarf class. This is on Friday. All the information that I'm telling you is in the video description below. This is on Friday, July 9th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and then again from 1 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's a 6-hour class. It's on the pricey side. For a member of CGOA, it's $170. For non-members, it's $190. That's US dollars. I imagine conversion rates would apply if you wanted to do this from another country. I'm sure you can probably check it out. You don't have to be in the US for this, since it's a virtual through Zoom. I'm also teaching a big and bold cables class, a new approach to larger crocheted cables on Wednesday, July 28th from 1 p.m. These are all Eastern times, I believe, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. That's $85 for CGOA, which is Crochet Guild of America members, $95 for non-members. But I'm not the only one teaching. There are many, many, many other crochet people on the list, names that you would probably recognize. So if you go to that link, you'll see many other classes there as well. So if there are other things you've always wanted to learn, from your, a favorite designer of yours in the industry, check it out, see if you find something that you like. And this is a two-way interaction. It's not just one way like we're having now. I mean, I do see your comments, and but this would be like a limited number of people. I think it's limited to 20. So it's only 20 people per class. I think that's the max. It might be 25, but you really, it's hard to do much more than that with this kind of well, any class really. But there is feedback, talk back and forth as best we can, and I do plan to have follow-up with that if anybody ever still has residual questions after the class is over. As you know, you can reach me whenever you want. I'm pretty available. There might be some designers out there that you want to get to know better that are not available as much as I am, and you want to get to know them better or learn from them. By all means, check out their classes. They're all the same prices, and sign up. And just to let you know too, just mention that I mentioned this before, the bulk of that money, I mean, some of it does go to the teacher, to me, if you sign up for the class, but definitely not all of that. I mean, a lot of this goes to support the Crochet Guild of America to help, keep things alive with all the administration and people that work for the guild throughout the year, especially since we've had two conferences canceled, which has really been a big blow financially to the organization, I believe. Um, and it's socially, it's been a big blow to us not being able to get together and fellowship with one another. Um, However, anyway, just wanted to let you know I am a paid by the hour, a flat fee. I am not, it doesn't matter if I have 5 people or if I have 25 people, I still get the same amount. So a lot of this is to support the organization, and which is why I'm encouraging this if you can. I know they're expensive, and if it's not for you, no problem. Never feel any pressure. This is just a once a year thing that I do if my classes are picked up by the Crochet Guild of America. Okay. Let me see. Let me check Hannah's text. Okay, so I think I'm good. I do want to read a verse, some verses before we go. And these popped into my mind today, and especially since we're in America, we're getting ready to celebrate Memorial Day. And remembering all those who gave their lives, really, fighting for our country to keep, others free, not just in our own lands, but like my father, for example, he did not die in the war, thankfully, but he fought for the freedom of the people in South Korea back in the 1950s. So people fought on different lands too. So you know what I'm saying. So this is just remembering those who gave their all. And it just reminded me of another who gave his all, and some words that he said, and that would be Jesus. And this is from John chapter 15, and this is starting in verse 12, and I'm going to read through verse 15. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, that someone lays down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing, but I have called you friends. For all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. So I just love these words. So, and on that note, I just want to wish you all a wonderful week and a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And I hope to see you here next Friday. God bless. Bye-bye.